If anyone wants to, anyone has any other any other stocks they want to look at, if not, I'll throw it back at, and we'll open it back up to our regular close of the day, CRTO. Credo, I've seen this one before. Whew. What's the deal on that one? Let me just take a look at that. I was actually looking at that on Finviz too. It's got a number of upgrades at the end of October. And don't know what they do. What do they do? Well, they are in communication services and advertising in France. Yes, it is a spunky little devil. Yeah, I looked at Intel already. But you're getting a pullback here on Credo. I mean, if you can take an entry, if you can get a pullback here tomorrow, under 16, maybe 1550. Because what did we break out from here? 1470 to 70, 17. For say, let's call 15 to 17. Let's make it easy. That's a $2 pop. A $1 retracement would be 50 cents. So 17 to 16. Yeah, if you can get it around 16 on a 50% retracement. Yeah. It is definitely way overbought. Needs to come back here. When is it reporting? It is reporting. Okay, it already reported October 28th, so it won't be reporting again for a while. So volume really dropping off here. I'd definitely be waiting for a pullback. There's big support right around here at just under 15, obviously. Yeah, I mean, we did look at Intel. I was thinking Intel actually could be another long trade here. So low here is 43.61. So we're low is about $1 down from here. So I'd be watching. I mean, if we can get Intel, let's look at it. Let's look at it on a 30-minute chart. So it looks like Intel put in the low here. I mean, it could be good for a pop back up. In the I think 48 would be a bit of a stretch, but might be able to get some at 46. Yeah, Microsoft really got. I think Microsoft was one of those ones that really just got way overbought, and you can kind of see here. It was one of the I think it was one of the stocks that kind of got had a decent earnings report, but nobody really got. After the earnings report, it kind of sold off. But you can kind of see here actually on Microsoft. Microsoft actually looks kind of interesting here because you've got the stochastics really oversold here. So we might actually, and here's of course pretty easy to see this. we've got an area of resistance that we broke through here, pulled back. We have support here. We have support here, and now this 200 level is still some pretty significant support. So you could take an entry with a 200 stop, and maybe you get back up to these moving averages, 210. Oh, okay, yeah. Intraday for sure. Peter, are you in an AMD trade? I'm guessing you are.
No. Well, you're talking about Microsoft, so I'm trading Microsoft.
Okay. Well, it's not. It's not looking great, but it definitely is trying to hold this 200 level.
Yeah. Well, I hope it doesn't. But I didn't get a great entry. I'm only in at like 201.12. But I saw it dropping. I thought, well, let's see if I can catch part of this move here. And so it's not bad now. I'm feeling okay on it.
As I was telling people last night in the swing trade video, I think that I think we are going to get a rally into the end of the year after we get through this election and some of the unknown. So I'd be keeping a list of stocks maybe that you want to own. Maybe there's two lists. Maybe there's one you want to own after if it's a Republican win, and maybe there's a different set if if it's a Democrat win. So, so certainly there'll be some. I think there'll be some opportunity maybe into the end of the year. So, all right.
Thanks for the analysis, Brian.
How do I know which ones? Well, yep. Well, I think any green stuff might be good for certainly for Democrats, and maybe not so much if Republicans win. And I don't know, maybe some oil stocks might be do better with a Republican win. So again, I'm trying to think if there's what other. I think industrials are going to be winners regardless, so because I think there is going to be there eventually will be another stimulus check going out. There'll probably be some infrastructure spending. So, yeah. All right. Having a bit of a sell-off into the close. I see Mike MU has been kind of trading horribly all day.
MU has been horrible.
Horrible, just horrible.
Let's see.
Square kind of sold off. So we do.
So you're saying that Square and PayPal earnings are coming up?
I believe PayPal earnings are. PayPal is after the close today.
Okay.
So
PayPal, yeah, I see that.
Yeah, I don't know what else is coming up here today. Mike, you're usually on top of that. Yeah, I think Square's later in the week.
Yeah, yes. So after earnings today is PayPal at 4:15, and there's a whole bunch of little companies. Not typically anything that we watch though.
Skyworks, Cirrus.
AMC might be interesting just because of their significant decline in business.
Yeah. Mondelez.
I noticed them there. It's funny because we never trade them. They're a pretty big company.
Yeah.
How do they trade? Let me take a peek at them. They don't move much, eh?
Much, no.
Yeah.
So Boeing is up a lot today. So again, sort of industrials trade recovery, but I don't know specifically why Boeing would be up. Most of the airlines are in the red today.
Yeah, I think it had just taken such a big hit. I mean, if you look at its daily chart, I mean, it's down. You can see some levels. I mean, take all these off here. But you can kind of see it
Disney.
just hitting these lows.
Apple is down.
Microsoft.
So, head back to the.
So maybe the pot plays would be an interesting Democrat play if the Democrats do win, because I think their position, if I remember right, their position is going to decriminalize it on a federal level. It's kind of an odd situation in the States, isn't it, with the if it being federally illegal and the different states are making it legal. I know when you come through the border, you definitely, even when you're going into Washington State, and you can look at, as you're going through the border crossing, you can look and see the signs that are like pot for sale, but you dare not say you have ever smoked pot in your entire life. Otherwise, you will be banned from going into the U.S.
It's the ironic
situation,
right?
Yeah. There's a store right there selling pot, and
right behind the guard that's saying, "Have you ever smoked any pot in your life?"
Yeah,
absolutely not.
All right, so the Qs are selling off.
For everybody, welcome to everybody that's out on YouTube. That was Brian that was given his weekly market review. You're also able to see his screen, so now we're back up and running. With about
pot analysis.
23 minutes left. 27 minutes left. No, 72 minutes.
On Microsoft. Markets look like they want to push a little bit lower here.
Yeah,
Microsoft is not.
So just looking into, one thing I didn't look at was the VIX. We are up today. The VIX has been sort of bouncing along Friday's low. It's just starting to kick up a little bit now here, as we're getting a sell-off into the close.
VIX dollar sign. Right? Is it VIX dollar sign? I always forget what the
VX. Well, there's a VIX, which is delayed, or VXX.
VXX is the one I'm looking at, which is the short-term ETF. I've taken a bit of it long here, just as this market sells off.
There we go. This is looking better. Come on. Here we go. I'm going to take a little bit of a partial here since we got stuck at this. Well, I haven't hit the button yet. I'm just waiting. If it pops up to 280, I'll take that partial. Otherwise, I'm hoping to hold on for a little bit more here.
Here we go. Maybe take some VIX off at 2610.
It's really bouncing.
Here comes 2610. Come on, give it to me, baby.
You're getting a partial here on Microsoft. Look at the bounce, jeez.
Right. Yeah, I kind of figured the SPY, it had that leg lower, and then it had to do a little bounce there.
All right. Well, I've got 2 partials now. The rest is all gravy.
That's a good question. I don't usually use stochastics for day trading. I mean, I think it would be probably a decent indicator during the day. Obviously, you wouldn't be using it at the open, but on a 5-minute. The problem, that DOS doesn't have like the stochastics like I'm showing on the stock charts. They have this thing called stochastics RSI, which I haven't really bothered to figure out what exactly that means. It's the relative strength index of the stochastics. So it's like two indicators in one. I did get stopped out of VIX back where I entered.
Still keeping an eye on Microsoft. It's not going anywhere for me.
Just kind of staying stagnant there.
Getting a bounce on the SPY here.
Yeah. Sweater. Be right back.
Getting a sweater. Is it cold in where Peter is?
Cold in Toronto. It's still quite warm now. And now with daylight savings, the sun is pounding right through the window on me.
Oh, okay. Or lack of daylight savings, you mean?
Yeah.
It looks like we're going to go lower again here. Maybe. Or are we going to hold this level into the close? On the SPY, it's really hard to say.
Yeah. I try to get above the moving averages on the 5-minute, but
I think we might. We'll see if we double bottom or if we flush here. This is the do or die right here. Peter, are you getting your Mr. Rogers sweater on?
My cardigan? No. No, but I do have a sweater.
Is it chilly in there, Willie? Or
it is. I'm feeling cold, anyways. Oh, every time I think Microsoft's about to lose it, it comes back up.
Yeah, it's just so
I think the SPY is just
okay, I'm out.
Trying to figure out which way to go.
We have 1 minute to the 10-minute mark.
Yeah.
We'll pull up some trade of the day, trade of the week.
Oh, yeah. That's right. We have a trade of the day and of the week.
Yes.
Ooh, look at Microsoft really popping back up.
Yeah, I'm getting a move. Busting a move. Evening.
Maybe it did that early pop for you. Oh, there's the crazy for you, Peter.
Wow. Yeah. Oh. Anyways, oh well, that's all right. I'm watching from the sidelines now.
Watching from the sidelines. So we'll pull up our member trade of the week. which goes to Light for his trade on Friday on NIO. So as you can tell, took a couple entries near 11 o'clock down by VWAP, and then wrote it up, took a couple partials. So it kind of started consolidate around this $30, 30.11 range. Decided to add back in on Thor's free roll, moving the stop loss up. Caught the next major move up, but before taking another partial, actually added into it again for a break of the high of day. And then partial, and then added again after the pullback after the break of the high of day. Partialed all the way up, kept partialing, got up to 32.04 and left the last partial for the break of that 32 mark. So at the end of the day. So excellent trade. Started off with an ABCD pattern on the 15-minute stock. So very good trade, getting in right around 29 and being able to hold up to the $32 level on NEO.
I envy those that can add so many times in a trade. I'm not good at that. I'd like to be better at it, but I'm just not.
Yeah. You have to kind of shift your thinking. You have to kind of think when you're in a trade and it's going up, your thought process is going to the take profits mode as opposed to let's ride this puppy higher mode.
Yeah.
So it's trying to find a bit of a mind shift.
So, but a very, very, very good trade. And then today's trade of the day goes to Reality for his trade on CCL. He actually has two. Kind of can't see the entry. Over here near 939 as it lost the level. Took an entry with a tight stop loss. Got a great reward out of it down here to $12.95 from his entry up around $13.25. Ended up getting stopped out at break even, but then reassessed. Noticed the triangle forming with the moving averages coming to a point. Took an entry with another tight stop and took a couple partials on the way up to $13.40 before getting stopped back out at break even. So he was able to take CCL both to the short side and the long side and ended up making money both ways. So excellent trade.
Wow.
And
yeah, nicely done. We got the markets moving up right now. Looks like into the close. We'll see if the SPY can get back up above VWAP and above the Friday's high. So that would be good.
Yeah. If you'd like to submit your trade for the trade of the day, be considered for trade of the week. You can tag at Bearable Traders at MikeB_BBT and at NormBBT. You can use hashtag BBT Family. Day trading the stock market. We'll announce the winner of the trade of the week Mondays on the Closing Bell Show, as well as every day the trade of the day on the Closing Bell Show. This week, we will not have any trading psychology webinars since we have the election tomorrow, and we'll have a success webinar that we want on Wednesday instead of Tuesday. But next week, we will have Kreda coming in and talking about the ability to do exactly kind of what Brian was just talking about, keeping the adrenaline chimp in check, right? When the stock's going in your way and you want to take profits, being able to calm your emotions down to assess to see if you're like a flight that can add into the trade and ride it for a longer day.
Wow.
And then I'll turn it over to Peter for the success webinars. As it is
Microsoft.
Canadian.
So as was mentioned, we do have the elections. So stay tuned here for your live election coverage. No, we have no live. Everybody seems to have live election coverage. But We don't have any. But what we are doing is, so there's no session tomorrow, as Mike mentioned. This will be the last of our Wednesday success webinar series, as we will then thereafter be moving them to Tuesdays. But this Wednesday, for all our Canadian traders, we do have Jonathan Warren, who's a senior partner with KPMG, talking about how to manage taxes for Canadians when you're doing high frequency trading. So that'll be good for you to join, whether you're just getting started or you've had years of experience. Probably be worthwhile if you have any questions around Canadian taxes or if you have to pay them. So that'll be at 8 o'clock this Wednesday, the 4th of November. And then next week, like I said, moving till Tuesday. So Tuesday, November the 10th is our session at 8 p.m. On how to transition into a career trading options. So this is a guest of ours coming from SMB Capital. And we're looking forward to joining us here to talk about how you can get into trading options. So join us next week on Tuesday, the 10th at 8 p.m. for that one. Like we've been mentioning the last couple of weeks, if you speak Spanish, you can now read Andrew's day trading book in Spanish. So pick it up at Amazon, or you can get an Audible version on the Amazon Audible app. And if you want to join us here, we had a ton of people join us this morning on YouTube, which we greatly appreciated. It was great to see everybody sort of seeing what Bear Bull Traders is like. And if you'd like to consider joining us as a member, you can start with a trial for a low price of only $24. You can join us for an entire week. It includes Carlos's onboarding webinar, which happens Monday evening. So we'll be having one tonight. I think we're having one tonight. We usually do. I assume that we are.
Yes, we are.
And yes, we are. There's Carlos himself to say that. So we'll be having an onboarding seminar tonight. So it's a perfect time to join if you wanted, because then you could get access to that onboarding webinar, get an idea of sort of how the room works, and Carlos will run over all the basics, everything you need to get started. And then you get access to the full trading room, all our tips and tricks, all of the live trading that we do throughout the market hours in the room here. Use the code PREMARKET24 for that. And then if you've liked what you've seen and you'd like to join us as a lifetime member, we have an option for you to join at a discounted price of 35% off the regular one-time payment option price. So use the code Halloween35. That's still active. You can use that one and get 35% off, as I mentioned, our lifetime membership.
And during
reversed
that
my position on Microsoft.
And during that time, a ton of volume has come into the SPY buying volume.
I know. Look at this closing volume. I'm a little surprised by that. I wasn't expecting this closing volume, but I'm seeing it in a number of offerings, not only the SPY overall, but Apple, Microsoft, Tesla, AMD, all seeing volume. So.
Yeah, totally. Snap where it really took off here. You scalped a little bit of that.
So if you're in a trade, you might want to consider getting out. We've got a little over a minute left on the day here, but things will start to get very jumpy. I'm already seeing pullback from this push up.
Twitter has been really took another beating today.
Mm-hmm. I was watching Twitter pretty much all day. It was on my short list, but I never found really a good entry for it, which disappointed me because it did, like you said, it sort of, pretty much sold off all day.
Yeah, but it looks like it's trying to hold 39 here. This is an area that had found some support, pretty significant support back in September. So,
wow, the SPY's volume's up to 3.8 million in this 5-minute candle. More than open.
It's really, What's the VIX doing? The VIX is kind of jumping around here. Still going out on very much in
5 seconds.
Although well off the lows of the day.
There's the bell. We are done.
Yes.
AMD in the red, NVIDIA barely in the green. Microsoft, just Apple, both in the red. Amazon red. So yeah, but Boeing had a pretty good day. Looking at some of the charts here. Had a very good day. And the SPY continues to push a little higher here. All right, guys. Yeah, big volume, John. Big volume on this close here. Well, don't know that I'm going to hang around for the PayPal news. We don't do anything else moving after hours here.
PayPal doesn't. I don't know that it's going to get a lot of volume, but
LBS. The time is 4:15 p.m. Eastern.
It could get some decent volume. I know. Yeah, Space was up a little on their flight news, but yeah, it's been really beaten up through October here. So Dow is continuing to push a little higher here. It's popping. I'm just watching some of the scanners right now to see if there's anything exciting happening. UNH. No. Yeah, that's it. They're really an interesting day. Snap is trying to push higher here.
Wow. All right. Welcome to that's the end of the first trading day in November. We got a new month underway now.
Yeah. And it's going to be a wild and crazy day tomorrow.
Wild and crazy guy.
Wild and a crazy day.
Yes, I would have to agree with that. So
Square is popping a little bit here. Square will move on anything that PayPal has to say. So just be aware that you could see some moves in Square as well when PayPal reports. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, enjoy. Oh, look at Snap just snapped. What's going on with Snap?
Doing its thing again.
You're doing a thing, yeah. All right, everyone. Well, enjoy the rest of your day. We'll probably check in a little later to see how PayPal's responding after earnings here. See what Snap's doing, because it's getting some interest after market. But yeah, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your evening, everybody.
Yeah.
Thanks,
we'll see you tomorrow, Brian.
Mike, Peter, yeah, enjoy your evening, and everybody else out there.
You shall, sir. You too.
Cheers. Okay, and Peter, stay warm.
Thanks. I'll try.
All right.
Well, what can I tell you? It gets cold here. It's getting cold.
Snap is kind of moving up, kind of pushing up to the high up there. Interesting. So, Phoenix, the stock market is open tomorrow, and we will be here tomorrow for the pre-market show and for the closing bell show. So,
normal day. Well, I'm not sure if it'll be a normal day, but normal hours.
Normal hours. Maybe a little entertainment going on. I think most of the entertainment will be at that nighttime, though. That's when the entertainment will be.
We have, I have drinking games planned with my in-laws, so we'll see how that goes.
Oh, drinking games. That could be good.
Yeah. Might make Wednesday a little rough, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
So.
Catch up on work, yep. Something like beer pong.
Beer pong. Yeah. Something like that. I'll be doing it with scotch, so hopefully I'll keep the quantities a little lower, but
that can definitely make it rough night for you though, Peter. Scotch.
Yeah, I know, exactly. So we'll try and keep it reasonable. It really depends on what happens, I guess. I'm not quite sure how these games work. I'm not in charge of coordinating them, so I just know we're all getting on this big Zoom call, and we're supposed to have alcohol at the ready. So, it could be interesting.
Oh, just make sure your opponents aren't just drinking beer. They got to be drinking something equivalent.
Yeah, exactly. Equivalent, or that's right.
Right.
They'll be like, I don't understand what your problem was.
So if you're taking a shot of scotch, they should be at least pounding a 16-ounce beer for every time they drink.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how they coordinate it, because if I have to take it as a shot, I won't be using my scotch. I'll use something else. Some shot-worthy alcohol, that you don't. Yeah, I guess. I was thinking more like I'll just do some tequila or some, I don't know, vodka, or how about Jägermeister? How about that?
Oh, yeah, there you go. Nothing like black licorice going down your throat. Fireball, there you go.
Fireball, ooh, that can be hot stuff. Yeah, I've got some Fireball here, actually. I can do that. Bad memories. Yeah, I think everybody's got some bad memories with one alcohol or another. There's a guy, we went to Greece with some friends, and he could not smell ouzo without, he's like, I can't drink it. And we're like, why? And finally we got the story out of him. There was one high school night with some girl he was with, and apparently they did all sorts of crazy things, and he's just like, he can't handle it. His wife, who he met in high school, I guess she'd heard some of the stories, but not as much detail as we got on this trip in Greece. And she's like, and now I know why you really don't want it. It was quite entertaining, my wife and I. Tell us more. He was getting himself in trouble. Anyway.
That's the truth, though. I mean, for me, it's tequila. I can't smell good tequila anywhere near me. It just makes my stomach churn.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, that's Mike. It's my son has got. We don't let him near tequila anymore because he's had some incidents.
I can't even smell it. Like if it's mixed in a drink and the drink comes, I can instantly tell that there's tequila and be like, nope, you didn't tell me there's tequila. Take this back.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. That eh? Even in a mixed drink.
Yeah, even in a mixed drink. It was
wow. That's a bad incident.
Yes. There was multiple tequila brands involved, and there was about 3 of us, and we all finished off about 3 bottles. And then we invited some sake into the mix at the end of the night, which didn't bode well. So.
Have you ever seen the the YouTube video about the alcohol party in your stomach?
No, I have not seen that.
Oh, here's the guy. Here, well then you should watch this. Here you go, Mike. I think this is the one. There you go. Yeah, that's the one. Anyways, watch that. It's entertaining because he basically gives all the alcohol personality, and of course it's tequila that comes and ruins the party at the end of the day. So, anyways, I always found that one.
I'll watch that after.
It's the only. There you go. All right. Well, with that, well, we only have 4 minutes now. Let's see what happens with PayPal. We're close enough. This is talking about alcohol. My fault. I brought it up.
Where you at, PayPal? I know you're right here somewhere. It's just tucking around right now.
I brought it up, but hopefully I won't bring it up.
Everybody out. Courtney, there you go. Ooh, sake on tequila. Yes, terrible mix.
Yeah, that doesn't sound pleasant.
I was sick for 2 days afterwards. It was not a pleasant experience.
2 days.
Yeah.
Like,
just
wow, that's when it goes through another overnight, that's bad. Wow, that was such a good trade I had on the MD. Look at that. Oh, anyways.
So PayPal should be reporting in 2 minutes and 40 seconds. So we will see. We'll see what they do.
When you've got conviction and you follow through properly. I'm very happy with my AMD trades here. So I lost twice. I lost 1 R on the first one, half an R on the second one, and then I made 6.5 R on the trade that worked. So, it's normally I give up after the second time. So I'm happy that I stayed with it.
Yeah. Oh, I got a tweeter up there. Let me see if you do. There we go. Yeah, normally you get a little bit of action, but as some of the systems out there get the news right away, and then we get it off of Benzinga, and it starts going crazy. Crazy.
It's funny how, maybe talk to you guys about psychology for a second. It's neat because I was talking to my wife this weekend and talking about my trading and how I, was struggling with some trades of the last week or so. And she just turned to me and she said, I give you permission to lose up to your max. What's your max? And I told her, and she's like, okay, I give you permission to lose that much money tomorrow. I'm like, what? And I'm thinking in my head, I don't need your permission. But she's like, no, I give you permission. It's okay. If you lose that much, don't worry about it. And it's funny because that was much more comforting than I thought it would be, right? Like normally you're like, yeah, whatever. But it said, okay, I felt so much more comfortable in the trades today. I think that's what led to me sticking with it. So I did go up in the middle of the day and thanked her for that because it made things much calmer. I'm not so panicked about losing to my max. I'm like, well, if it happens, it happens. But as long as I trade maturely, then it's all good. Yeah, you can still keep the Porsche. Yeah, the Porsche's not going anywhere. Yeah, no, it was helpful. Yeah, sometimes you just need those little I don't know, those little statements, a little help, right? Moral support. It makes a big difference.
Courtney, I think that's a good question for Jared. Are you using Thinkorswim? Because I use DAS. I don't use another platform, so I don't know what period it is for the platform you're using.
All right, we should have numbers any second now.
I have not heard anything.
No, I'm not seeing any action.
OGS, one gas reporting 39 cents. That's a 4-cent beat for Oscar Golf India.
Active Trader Pro. Yeah, I've never used that platform, so I couldn't answer that question. Sitting here waiting. PayPal.
FN Fabrinet reporting $1.05.
PayPal's
The
fax
estimate
machines
was 94 cents for Foxtrot November. Revenue of $436.6 million is a beat for Fabrinet.
Has PayPal been around that long?
WMB, Whiskey Michael Bravo, Williams Companies. Williams Companies reporting 27 cents. That's in line for Whiskey Michael Bravo.
Was
Revenue of
it was an Elon Musk company, wasn't it?
$1.93 billion is a beat for WMB. ARGO, Argo Group International, Alfa Romeo Golf Oscar. Argo reporting a loss of 34 cents.
PayPal was founded in
The estimate
1998.
was earnings of
December
28 cents for ARGO, Argo Group.
Yes, the fax machine in the military. That nobody knows how to use anymore.
That's right. Okay.
PUMP.
That's right. Musk didn't found PayPal. He merged his company called
Holdings
X.
reporting a loss of 29 cents. That's wider than the 25-cent loss that was expected for PUMP. Revenue of $133.7 million, also short of estimate for PUMP.
I will tell you though, John, the worst thing that ever happened, I hated more
Papa
than
Uniform,
anything,
Michael
was
Papa.
the digital signature on a PDF. That, near the end of my time, the last year I was in the Marine Corps, that drove me crazy.
Really? Like trying to get it there, Mike, or just
no, having mandatory that I signed all the documents with my digital signature. So it'd be a routine document that you would need to go get like a picture done for promotion. Well, I had 680 Marines in the squadron, so 100 of them would be submitting this thing through me, and I literally would have to go through and digitally sign it. And then you add on to it that the computers that we have are made for email, not the highly sophisticated cybersecurity programs that they install on them. So each document would take like 5 minutes to sign. Oh, it was so terrible. Yeah, 2 people to sign one document on a single computer. Yeah. Like the process sounds simple, but the reality was not so much.
Right. In practice, it wasn't as much fun. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I got my journal done while we were waiting. What's up with PayPal? They're late to the party here.
Late to the party. They got a big drop now, so maybe they'll be coming up here.
Yeah, I just saw like $2 drop. I don't hear any news on it.
Maybe we'll get something out of it. I haven't heard anything on Benziga either.
So I got my journal done while we're waiting.
Reporting 9 cents.
That's good.
Foxtrot Romeo Papa Tango.
$4. PayPal now.
The estimate was 10 cents for Freshpet.
Somebody knows something.
VNO, Vornado, reporting a loss of 9 cents on revenue of $364 million. That's Victor November Oscar.
183.
The estimate was earnings of 14 cents for VNO.
I wonder what
Vornado.
the computers are picking up.
AMC Entertainment reporting $5.70 loss on revenue of
$5.70
$119.5
loss
million.
on AMC. Wow.
That's Alpha Michael Charlie.
Wow. So I guess with the reopening not going as well, they missed their numbers. Yeah, top and bottom line.
Big time.
I don't know. Have you ever traded? I don't remember trading AMC.
I have not.
Tuesday the 3rd.
AMC filed Chapter 1 in OTC.
Oh.
Bankruptcy appears to be imminent. Yeah.
PYPL, PayPal.
There it is.
There we go. Maybe he's just teasing us. PayPal's right back up where it started from.
There. Yeah.
PayPal reporting $1.07. The estimate 94 cents. Revenue coming in ahead at 5.46 billion. That's PYPL, PayPal.
Okay. Sounds like they beat their numbers.
Some big candles on there. $4 candles.
Shares of PayPal pulling back.
The spread on it right now is $1. Ouch.
Oh yeah, look at that. It's going from 20 cents to $1. Yeah, wow.
Tough to trade that.
Okay. No kidding. All right, well, that wasn't that exciting. I'm not certainly going to venture into that pool. That's not looking pretty. So,
Not for me.
all right, Mike, have a good night. I will see you tomorrow here for the closing bell as always, and everyone in the room, I'll be back to open her up first thing in the morning, 7:30 a.m. Pre-market show at 8:30.
Yep.
Talk to you then.
See everybody. See you tomorrow.